Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm a woo girl.
Hey, we've all been woo girls at some point in our lives. Let's be real.
The only time I've been a woo girl is at Arkansas Razorback or even just Arkansas events because we say woo pig suey.
I was literally about to be like, if you deny being a woo girl, I'm about to pig suey you. I'm about to be like,
it felt so good.
Let me cite that.
When I went to my mom's graduation and we did because I hadn't done it in a while.
It's just like riding a bike. Mm-hmm. Brush off the dust. She's back, baby. I've been a woo girl because I joined a sorority.
Yeah.
And I went through recruitment as a PNM and then as an active. So
yeah,
I wooed.
Yeah. We didn't woo in my sorority.
No, because your sorority makes sense.
We ski weed, but we did not woo.
She will not be elaborating further.
I mean, that's our call.
Ski weed?
Mm-hmm. I can't, it's very high pitch. I can't, there's no, I would not do it into a microphone, but it's very high pitch in the way that you do it. But, yeah.
It's an AK version of a woo?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I call. I've had, being on, like, you might be driving down the street.
Oh,
and
that's
somebody
fun.
sees your driver's license and they'll do it.
Yeah.
And then, or just out. It's just a way to call. You might be on campus and somebody's far away and they don't know, and you'll do it, and then they'll look over. It's universal, too.
Secret language. That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, we did not have that. And be like, hey, whore! And like, me? Or the other one? Welcome back to Fisting Friday. We hope your buttholes and your other orifices are ready to take some fists. Mm-hmm. And
we had some...
should we start with that?
Yeah, we should start there. We had some options sent. One of them I did not understand. Maybe...
Me?
You can read it out loud.
I was hoping, if that's the same one, I was hoping you were going to understand
didn't get it.
Hold on, I've just scrolled through all the fucking messages of people telling me I have termites. Because I screenshotted them.
Yeah, but you should be able to see in... Oh, you screenshot. Gotcha.
I did a lot of screenshots of my DMs. Oh my god, these termites. Get out of here. Okay, so Figure Friday.
Uh-huh. And then the explanation there, idea for a name when combining the podcast, me verse, because both your names start with me. You
M-E.
could, both, I mean, it's still me, regardless.
That is true.
Start with me, M-E. You could do the 2 to the second power, so the little 2 behind me as well. It also has a literal me, meaning you can name your Instagram meme verse as a tribute to Don't Blah Meme Pot. Meme verse. Okay, I get that part. But then I think people that aren't part of our cinematic, auditory verse, they don't get it. Because they're like, why do they, it's called meme verse.
Yeah, they're looking for fuck Jerry. And like, what is this? I like the thoughts behind it. Like, I like the thought you put behind it. I think I need to see it. I think I need to take an Adderall before I read it.
I mean...
I think maybe it's just because you can't write it. I don't know.
I would need to see it. I need to see it. I would like to see it. As that Monique gif
I would
is.
like to see it. Such a good gif. I mean, I enjoy, someone messaged me on my personal one. We were talking about, I don't know, personal style or something. And they said, like, I love the Meghan and Melisa universe, like the Meghan and Melisa multiverse. As a Shondaverse fan, like I love the Meghan and Melisa multiverse, and I was like, thank you. We're getting there to the Shondaland. We're not, but one day.
One day.
We'll combine
when I
forces.
EGOT.
when I EGOT all over Leah Michelle's face.
Okay, then we had another one that was name ideas for But Am I Wrong bonus episode, but were they wrong? And follow-up Friday. But were they wrong?
I think if we could italicize it, but were they wrong? You'd have to italicize were.
But we can't do that.
No, I know. That's what I was like. It would be.
But that's a good one.
Maybe maybe just were they wrong?
Yeah, were they wrong?
Were they
that
wrong?
Is...
Or we could make it like a really intense Game of Thrones, like the verdict. The results are...
Well, their next suggestion was follow-up Friday, which is I think that's a good one, too.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. And then they also added, but I kind of love Fisting Friday. So the results from last week's episode, which was...
Episode 45.
45. Middle-aged. It's a middle-aged episode.
Depending on who you ask.
Some of you will get this.
Join our Patreon if you like to be on an inside joke.
If you want to know about the middle-aged inside joke. So, you're first.
Me not speaking up when the check came. Note, and I realized this when I was editing it, that I did not specify when we did it that you can't split checks in LA.
I forgot you can split checks other places.
Yes. And I knew that if I didn't put it, then people were going to come for me.
No, good call. I literally forgot that you can split the check in other places. I don't even remember if you can split the check in... I think you can in other parts of California, but like I haven't eaten out in so long, other places. I don't think you can in San Francisco. You might be able to in San Francisco, but like...
Yeah.
Yeah, someone asked why that is. It's just, I mean, I don't dislike that at all. It's just more work, and like when you have, it's more work, it's more like time and equipment. It's like not, you can't have as quick of a turnover. And, you know, LA restaurant, like people who, servers at restaurants, I'm like, I don't fault them. I'm assuming, I would think the reason it probably more happens in big cities, you know, because you don't have the time to do that and to enter everything in. So it's inconvenient. So
12% said that I was wrong. 88% said that I was not wrong. A lot of people that said I was wrong, they're like, I think you should have spoke up, or the person you were with should have spoke up. But if I were in the situation, I wouldn't have done it.
Even a lot of people were like, I read this wrong and I voted wrong.
Yeah.
So definitely skewed. So you're not wrong.
I'm fine with being wrong in that instance.
Yeah, it's not like pedophilia and like the other ones where people accidentally vote wrong. Yeah. Mine was, if something is cheap, someone else is paying for it, aka big garlic. And 2% said I was wrong, and 98% said I was not wrong.
I did see one person was like, but the convenience. And I'm like, okay.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's wild when you can hear about people who have like literally like their fingers have become like nubs, and you can think, I'm down with eating fleshy, bloody, literal abuse people have gone through for this.
Meanwhile, after I heard that, I was like, I gotta find out how to grow my own shit.
growing your green onions. Smart. I should do that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Just put water on it and that's it.
I really need a garden. I really want to garden. I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I had a mini one, but then I forgot it existed. So
you know, because you also got cocky because of your pumpkin, and then those did coincide.
But the thing is, like, it was more like because of at my apartment, I would just walk out the door and it was there, and now it's in the backyard and I just don't think about it. Maybe I should put it on the side porch. That might be better for me. You know me, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. I know.
Like,
so yeah, that's what I should do, but they're very heavy, so I have to find somebody to move it.
Text Mott's when he's coming home from work one day.
Okay.
Roll up, lift this for me. May have the guy
he did offer to bring my bottled waters in. I was like, I just leave them there. Thank you, though.
They're always there.
Yeah.
They're lonely now that the pumpkin's gone. We're buying like pumpkins and stuff to like put outside the house, and I'm like fixing our solar lights and making sure there's lights because we want trick-or-treaters because we have, not only do we have like kids in our area, but like we have kids on the street that like we've met, and like every time we see them, they're like, hi, and they're so sweet and so cute.
You should get the chute like I did so you can slide it down.
I was like, Melissa did something with the fucking slide and shoot thing that we should figure out. So.
Yeah. I just ordered, I got it at Target online.
Just pipe, right?
Yeah, it was like for a Halloween shoot or something like that.
Oh.
Because it's Halloween colors.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can just go get the pipe though too. Get the pipe. Get piped. Yeah, y'all are at Lowe's every weekend. Just do that.
No, we like legitimately go. I love Lowe's. All right. It's fucked. Okay.
Rider number 1 versus ex's mom who wants her son.
Sorry, I forgot a word.
Ex's mom who wants her son to visit the writer's dog. Who is wrong? 1% said the writer's wrong. 99% said that the ex's mom is wrong. It says Doja Cat.
Yep.
Every week she's here.
Yeah, because find me someone who has better reaction photo. Like because she knows.
Is she still on TikTok? I haven't seen her in a while.
She was on Instagram Live yesterday. Okay. I don't know if she was. Maybe she was on TikTok Live.
You know how TikTok is. Sometimes they just don't show you people that you follow.
You mean every day?
Yeah. Somebody that I followed for a long time wasn't showing up in my feed. This week they're back magically. And it's like every other video is their video. I'm just like, what is this?
Where have you been? And it's like, oh, you've been updating me constantly on your life. But TikTok was like, we saw that you followed this person. So we thought you don't give a shit about them. Instead, what you should do is say you don't want to see those users' videos again. And then we will just keep showing them to you. Like,
oh, did you see that Madonna did a video with Terry Joe?
Terry... Shut the fuck up. Like, my brain could not... That took me a lag. I was like, could not comprehend existing in the same multiverse.
Yes.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
And she was funny. Like, she would do...
Wait, didn't Terry Jo, like, wasn't there, like, 3 big celebrities that was, like, this past weekend?
She had Madonna, she's had Z-Way, she's had Doja Cat.
Maybe that was, like, the tweet it was something along the lines of being, like, where's her reality show? Like, where is her talk show?
Yeah.
You know what I want? Tyra Banks.
Tyra wouldn't be good, though, because Tyra she's not in on the joke.
But I would like to see it.
I mean, I'd like to see it. It might be so cringe that I just can't.
It might be Z-Way Alyssa Milano, where it's just like two people are not on the same page of what is going on. Oh my God, that Alyssa Milano one should be used in like torture. Yeah. To watch that.
Yeah.
I remember it took us like 3 days to get through it. You're like, I paused and I was like, yeah, I'll
come back.
Cammy was saying the same thing. Cammy was like, I gotta take a break. Mm-hmm. Okay. Writer number 2 versus Lucy, who thinks using they, them pronouns is disrespectful to her. 1% said the writer is wrong and 99% said Lucy is wrong. And 4 votes for the writer is wrong.
Writer number 3 versus Tinder date that she wants to ghost because he gives her the ick.
So you said tender, and I was like, ew, who wrote that? Tinder. I hate that.
Sounds the exact same to me. Who's wrong? 3% said the writer is wrong. 97% said the writer is not wrong. And we've got Game of Thrones person looking sick. What's her name?
Keep trying. I'm enjoying this.
Dysentery?
Nope.
Something with the D, right?
Yeah.
The Queen of the Dragons. Dionysus?
Nope, but you're getting closer. It's not,
dysentery wasn't it?
no, you're getting similar letters. Letters.
Letters.
The T sound you're coming through with both these, that's in the last name. There's no T in the first name.
Couldn't even tell you what her last name is.
It sounds like Tarragon.
Dianary?
You're getting really close. How about the last name? You want me to give you the last name? You think you get the first one?
No.
But she's a firsty lasty.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If I say the last name, do you think you'll get the first name?
No.
Targaryen.
No. Does nothing for me.
Daenerys.
Okay.
You were really close.
Wow.
With these random ass fucking names that you were saying. You started off rough.
I've seen one episode of Game of Thrones, so I think that's pretty good for seeing one episode, and there were no dragons in that episode, so.
Then we've writer number 4 versus fiance that doesn't follow through with surprises. 13% said writer is wrong. 87% said fiance is wrong. The discourse in this, a lot of people, like, were torn in the same kind of way, but people agreed that, like, there is a chance where this is, like, totally not malicious, but if it's not, then it either really is or it really isn't. There's kind of, like, not really much in between. So, you know.
Yeah. And we've got wrong of the week, Doug Ramsey, the nose biter. Who's wrong? 97% said Doug was wrong. 3% said that Doug was not wrong. People that said he wasn't wrong, I just want to know why.
Then my wrong of the week was the multifaceted. Ned Fulmer, Lena Dunham, Dahmer Dog fans, and LAPD. 100% said these fucks are wrong. 0% said these fucks are not wrong. 1 vote said they were.
You know, I have ended up on Renaissance Fair TikTok, and I'm getting the itch again. I want to go.
Do some LARPing?
Yeah. Or I used to go to the Charles Dick. Is that Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who's Charles Dickens?
Charles, isn't that...
Is he a real person, or is it like a book? Is that where like the
Isn't that where Scrooge is from?
Yeah, but is Charles Dickens the writer, or is that the book?
I think it's the writer.
What's the book?
Scrooge. I don't know.
Yeah, I went to the movie. You know, I would have known this if I didn't spend the entire time I saw the movie in high school straddling my boyfriend at the time and making out to the point where we got kicked out of the theater. I would know.
You sicko.
I know. No one else was really there.
But they have cameras.
Yeah, and all of my friends worked at the theater, and they were like, walked in, and they were like, "You bitch, you knew I was gonna have to fucking see that, and you knew that my manager was gonna make me come say something to you." And I was like, "Better you than someone I don't know."
Is it?
Yeah. No, it was pretty weird. Thankfully, it wasn't Jake. If it was Jake, I think he just would have like turned the camera off and be like, "Sorry, it broke. I'm not doing any of it."
Carol.
A Christmas Carol. I want to say A Christmas Story.
Yeah. Christmas Story is another thing.
I know that, but I knew that wasn't Charles Dickens. Yeah, I hosted. They did that on live for Christmas Story on Fox. I hosted it.
Oh, did you?
I did the live stream. Yep, nothing like fake snow in Los Angeles, sweating my titties off.
Yeah, I never watched, even though the movie is old. And first time I watched it was just a few years ago, and when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, that's where all these references are from." And then also after, I was like, "Okay, that was the movie."
No, it legitimately is like I saw it like half paid attention the first time I saw it because I was in middle school and like it was at my crush's house, actually Jake's twin brother, shout out Matt. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not even paying attention to the movie because I'm like obsessed with this boy and I'm 11. And then when I saw it again a couple years later, it was like, oh, this is like literally just like the Bible of references that is used in everything. Everything.
The leg lamp on Best of Worlds.
Hannah Montana.
It's in the living room.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. And the tongue sticking to like all of that. That's like very, or even putting on the snowsuit, like it like started bits that like are referenced even if they're not so obvious. It's impressive. It's very impressive. And I always loved the fun fact with how they get the tongue to stick because that stressed me out watching it. Like I hated it as a kid. It's just like a vacuum. It's like suction.
Oh.
I know.
Makes sense.
I think I learned that when I host. I think so. I don't think I knew it before. But it was a great time. Anyways, I would like to go to a Renaissance fair or a Charles Dickens fair because that one's Christmas themed.
The Charles Dickens one?
I think so.
I mean, he wrote so many books.
Or maybe I just went to a Christmas fair where we dressed in that era and I referred to it as the Charles Dickens fair.
Okay.
But I think
I'm looking at his body of
his
work.
IMDb pro.
Oliver Twist.
Oh, I was in that.
Nickleby. Barnaby Rudge.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
Names.
Christmas Carol. David Copperfield.
Oh, the Dickens Fair. It's a whole thing.
Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations. What a thick body of work.
Yep, Dickens Fair. And now I'm on...
Where is it?
Well, I was specifically looking. The first one popped up was London, but then the next one is San Francisco.
Got it.
Yep, the Dickens Fair.
Well, you're always in Colorado, so you can't go.
Okay, not with that attitude, but I could go to a Renaissance fair. It's just the Dickens Fair is nice because, not as Black cast members boycott the Dickens Christmas Fair over failure to prevent racist, sexist behavior. Do you think the Renaissance Fair... Here's the thing. Bridgerton is making me... Where's Bridgerton exists in the history timeline? Regency era.
Oh, Renaissance is way before the 1300s.
So they're both probably presumably. You run the gamut of people who are enjoying it because they love a hoop skirt. Me. They look great with a big statement sleeve. Also me. It really fits my style. I don't have the boobs for it. But then you probably also have a lot of people like constitutionalists. That's like the traditionalist things of people who are like, oh, only white people. So anyways, I just want to wear a hoop skirt.
Wear one.
And eat a turkey leg. Like, can you think of something that is more me than that?
Right now.
Like being dramatic?
Yeah. Right now in Northwest Arkansas, it's Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. And that's where people from all around the country go. And it's like bikes.
You bike to there?
Yeah. Like, not like a bicycle, like motorcycles.
Oh, okay. We had my small town is showing because we had a cycling bar, and we had a biker bar, and it wasn't until I was older that I realized people had motorcycles, not the cyclists at our town. Okay, so they ride motorcycles.
They ride motorcycles from all across the country to go to this, and everybody in town goes as well, but it's like you go for the food because you get all that turkey legs. It's like the big thing that you get. And
without
then you
the
get to see
Disneyland
the cool
parking.
bikes.
Yeah. I wonder if Leo's gone because him and his dad used to do I guess was it summer or fall?
No.
Because maybe they probably postponed it, but him and his dad used to do like a cross-country motorcycle trip every year. And I feel like they might try and plan for that.
Yeah.
What other food do they have?
That's really all I remember because that's all that matters. Like,
we can't eat much more after you've had a whole turkey leg.
Probably funnel cakes.
I
like fair food, but like
cakes.
the turkey legs is what you go for. Like you would just go to get the turkey leg and leave.
Yeah, and it's probably easier to do that than driving all the way to Anaheim and paying for parking.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Costco sell turkey legs?
I've been inside a Costco one time in my life.
As a bougie doomsday prepper, like, you would love it.
Well, the thing is, I grew up with Sam's Club, not Costco's.
Aren't they the same?
No, because Sam's Club is owned by Walmart. Sam Walton. So I grew up with Sam's Club, so we didn't have Costco's aren't there.
Yeah.
And then once I moved here where there are Costco's, then I just bought everything online. So,
well, Mott's has a Costco Platinum card, so if you ever want to go, we can go. And
Megan, there's so many people.
Well, here's the other thing. We can also go, and maybe right now we don't go inside, but I personally have been hankering for real life. I've been hankering for a real life Karen sighting. Mott sees them all the time. He can go inside, get what we need. We get a bucket of popcorn. We can sit in the car. We just crack the window so we can hear. Maybe we give Mott's a lob that we have him leave in the entrance.
Okay.
And we get to watch it live.
I do like some good people watching.
Me too. I love people watching. And when people get like the angry people watching, like it's just kind of
okay.
Holiday season coming up, so we're gonna get some of that too.
Yeah. They also have like a little cafe. Don't they have some good things there?
Where you can get one of the best hot dogs you'll ever have for $1, or was it $1.20 something? But they've never raised the price. So between between the hot dog and the rotisserie chicken, they don't make any money on. They lose a lot of money on. But this, like, the founder or CEO of Costco was like, those prices will never change because that's like what keeps people coming back. And like, this is like a thank you to our customers and maintaining like a loyal fan base. We're never going to profit off of it. And they haven't. Like, they lose money on it every single year, but they still do that because people love it and it makes people like really respect them. And I love it.
I mean, this is easily Googleable, but I don't feel like doing it. Which came first, the Walmart the Sam's Club or the Costco? Because Sam's Club also has good hot dogs, pizza. But me and the neighborhood kids that I used to pick up after school, we would all go to. I'd pull up in my big white Suburban with the children. And then we'd go to Sam's Club and all get ice creams and hot dogs after school.
I feel like Sam's Club, just because I've seen them on the, like, they've also, like, once you get farther, like, towards, like, inland, they're here too. Mm-hmm. So part of me thinks because I've just heard of way more of them than, like, not everywhere has a Costco. I would think Sam's Club came first. Sam's Club founded 1983. Costco founded 1976. Oh. In Seattle, Washington.
It was probably Sam Walton probably made Walmart, and then the children were like, what's the next step? And then they were like, let's look at these whatever it's called.
Yeah, about 20 years after Walmart, that's when Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Because Walmart's 1962.
Oh, I know that.
Whoa, Target 1902.
Because it used to be it was more of a little like the Macy's type of thing.
Again, my mind with history. Macy's was around in 1902.
When was Macy's found?
Were we not wearing hoop skirts and was not everything in black and white?
I mean, there's the movie Miracle on 34th Street or whatever it is. It takes place, the original black and white one, it takes place at a Macy's. Probably the newer one too.
Oh, I knew that. Sometimes I also thought that they were choosing black and white as like a stylistic thing. And so it was made like in the 90s, but they just put it in black and white and they were talking funny.
Macy's was founded in 1858.
And when was the Regency era? Like, none of it. I was talking to Moss about this, that I was like, swear to God, like, I would have done so much better in school if they if high school and elementary school, middle school was like college, where it's like, you're going to have like very much more specific, like, you're going to learn about like I don't know, like 1800s Southeast Asian literature from like people who are 5'5", like something very fucking specific. And then from there, teachers go, and then what was going on in the world at this time, and then this time, and all of that shit. But like when you teach history, like it's a timeline in class, where am I supposed to know that things are going on at the same time?
Right.
Because it's like, okay, so we finished what happened in like the 1830s. Now we're moving on to the 1840s. So nothing else happened in the 18. So like my brain, it's literally this fucking timeline.
Yeah.
And that's
I
how
understand that.
Yeah, that's what I don't think for people, like, I can't imagine. My brain has a lot of things wrong with it, but like so do a lot of people. Like I think a lot of people would benefit from like a larger context, but I do also think it's very fucking American, because American history, what happens in America, affects everywhere else. So a lot of places, people I know who, specifically Canadians and stuff, they're like, oh no, we would also learn about what was happening in America or other places at the same time. And I was like, oh yeah, no, did not get that. None of that shit. Yeah, I just can't. But it really does mean I'm the perfect audience for people saying like, these like 7 events is what got us to 9/11, where it's like, and then so-and-so did this album, and then so-and-so. Have you never seen those ones?
Is this conspiracy theories?
No. It's like a meme.
It sounds like
no. It's like a meme of being like this, like it's like this band did something, and then it's like if we like, and then it how like Green Day happened, because I don't want to look up 9/11 meme.
No, please don't. I don't want you to have that in your phone.
Well, I'm going to an incognito tab.
They still know.
I know, and I can't figure out how to do one, so we're just gonna have to do a regular.
You know what I hate about the incognito tab on your phone? Is that like it doesn't go away.
What do you mean?
I mean, like on the computer, if you go incognito, you just know that it's there and you can exit out because like the screen's so big. But incognito, like you can just forget. Like I think it should have a timer on it. Like if you forget that you have your phone on incognito after an hour, then it should just like the window should go away. So like.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
If you looked at something on incognito and then handed me your phone like a week later and didn't open and forgot to close that window, like it's still there.
That seems like a really large oversight.
Yes.
So it's like one of those, it's kind of in the similar, I think that I first saw this based on one of my favorite subreddits, Betty, I think it's the one that Betty Whitefur.
That puts things into context based on.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's how I figured out I have no history timeline. So it's like it's like historical domino effects. So it's a viral theory that came and went. So TikTok user summarized it. It begins with Gerard Way, who created the band My Chemical Romance, after witnessing. My bad. It was not Green Day. Witnessing the attacks.
I'm pretty sure Green Day was already around.
Yeah. Witnessing the attacks on 9/11, the band's music then inspired Stephanie Myers, who wrote Twilight, which then inspired E.L. James to write 50 Shades of Grey. So the domino effect is 9/11 happened, and then there's 50 Shades of Grey.
Inciting incident.
Yeah. And like, I just think these timelines, whether they're funny or not, whether they're poignant or not, really give me a sense of when things exist on the timeline. Like, I need a Marvel movie. You know how they talk about the timeline? I need that for America and the world. I know more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline than this timeline. I'm not kidding. Put it in a movie. Just have it be true, because I saw the Gandhi movie so many times and not all true. Oh, and these are my Gandhi glasses.
They are.
I saw the joke in your eyeballs. I just saw it. And then it came into focus as I was like, there it is. Anyways.
Well. Okay, well.
Sorry, everyone.
20 minutes of history. but not
really. History majors are quaking. Anyways, sometimes I can still do the jokes. Sometimes I can still hit it. That's a really nice extension cord. Really thick. That big white one.
Oh yeah.
That one's like me, and that one's short. That one's look at us. We have our own
big white one and a little black.
Yeah, we have
like
our own.
Our cars. We
Yeah.
have big. What are you doing about yours?
Oh my God. Well, now look, we have 20 minutes and I wrote down update Melissa on my car situation on this podcast and I forgot. We'll do it offline.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it offline. But moral of the story, everything is so fucking expensive.
You're just gonna keep it.
No, I can't. I only can keep it for 3 extra months.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna just buy it out.
I'm going to, but I have to figure out how to do. There's just Mott's is helping me figure it out because
you can't just buy it though.
I can, but then like, how do I sell it? How do I turn around to sell it? Like, is it smarter to buy it, like to sell it through like have someone else buy it and then get a commit? Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, but thank God I have him because I can't. Otherwise I would just say fuck it.
You'll buy it. You'll get the title. And then you'll just put it up somewhere to sell it.
I know, but I'm already selling things on Facebook Marketplace. It is taking a lot out of me because
it's different. I know, but this is going to be different because your Jeep is something that a lot of people want.
Oh, yeah. Well, I told you how many miles are on it, right?
Yeah.
3,000.
Before you sell it, we should do a photo shoot with our cars.
We should finally take the top. I've never taken the top off.
And so we'll both have both of our cars with the tops off.
And we'll hold the extension cords.
We'll be with our tops off.
Yes.
And then we'll stand in front of it.
Perfect.
Or we stand in the like inside of the car, like just so that our tits are where the visors are.
I was about to say, like, they're built-in sensor bars.
Yeah.
They're used so like they hope your brain doesn't smash when the car rolls. But hey, good to use for real life sensor bars. I'm into it. Okay, perfect. Put it on the calendar. But moral of the story, anybody who is looking to get a car, I cannot explain to you how much they're a ripoff, and so many of these places are actively ripping you off. We went, and Mott's mom, like, I like was pointing at one of these things on there, and his family, like, he comes from like a car dealership family. They're a big car family, so I was like, perfect. I don't have to pretend. I like told Mott's, I was like, you can't like say that like I don't care about cars. Like, you can't do that because I keep saying like I want a car. I call it dollopy. I want it to look like a dollop. Like if it's a little car, I want it to be like boop, little dollop. And so I keep having to pretend that I like care about cars. I'm like, how's the torque? I don't know what that means. Does it look like a dollop or does it not? Does it look like an ice cream scoop or no?
You want like a little Fiat car?
If I get a little car, I want it to look like, oh, look, like I loved my Bug. But if I want a big car, I want it to look like a box. Like a space, like a
your Jeep.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have two tastes and like it has nothing to do with how the car performs or anything about it.
Okay.
So
yeah, we'll offline.
But anyways, last thing. Inquire about the fees that you see on there because I just kept thinking about people who might not know that and I wouldn't have known. Within 1 second of her pointing to something, he knocked off $8,000 off of the price for just like the how much the car was going to cost.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wouldn't know how to do that. And also if I didn't have like the same verbiage that you have because you know about this, or like I speak English as my first language, but if someone did, I was like, holy fucking shit. And people are doing it on the cheapest cars. They're marking up the most on the cheapest cars.
Yeah.
So know that.
And then even after you like buy it, then they'll try to sell you like extended warranties, like much like the telemarketers lie about. But like I remember when I was buying my car, he was saying it so fast and in a way that made it seem like this was just normal, like this is just what you do. And then I thought about it, like I walked out for a second, I thought about it and I was like, this isn't right. This isn't normal. And like what I'm paying to cover this, I could probably just pay to get the car fixed anyway.
Yep. They make you opt out versus opt in.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really fucking confusing. So, and also I used to think before, I was like, well, they're not going to be selling me that hard because like they're making a killing because they never have any cars. I'm like, oh no, supply chain is fucking them up. So they're like they don't have shit to sell. And so they're upcharging everything. It's like every fucking car that these lots order, they order it in like a special customized color that is $10,000 more.
Yep.
Because they're like, well, if we need to have availability, we only make it as expensive as possible. I might get a Subaru. I might get a full on. It was really cute.
Well, what?
I know. I literally thought about that.
Did you tell
Kyle?
Kyle?
No. I'm going to tell Kyle when we're on FaceTime and I have the support of the other women in the room. Because I know they will support me. Just his female friends. I think they'll support me.
Female friends are.
Exactly. And they will tell him that he can't make fun of me because they'll be like, it's a great car. I watched an entire video on TikTok. Yeah, a whole 60 seconds of how Subaru, like the, like why Subaru became like known as an iconic like lesbian car and how Subaru like knew that and then started making these campaigns.
Was it not because of the L word?
I think there's like a timeline that I think that's one of the start of things, but like Subaru is something that they talked about how like lesbians were driving Subarus before that, but it was like that was why she drove it. It wasn't just like a product placement.
In the L word, because she's a tennis player, and then she gets a sponsorship from Subaru.
Well, wait, so there's not a real tennis player who's a lesbian?
Yes, there's.
No, but
oh, okay, but I'm just talking about in the L word, the character that was a tennis player gets a sponsorship from Subaru, and then she becomes like the face of Subaru, and she wasn't at first when the show started. She wasn't out to her parents, and then she comes out, and then like it becomes a big thing with Subaru too.
Melissa has a podcast about the L word.
No, it's not about the L word. Two people from the L word are the hosts.
Oh, I thought it was a rewatch show.
I mean, we do rewatches, but
it's not a rewatch show.
No, it's not a rewatch show, and we don't even do it all the time because they're actively still filming the L word as well, the reboot, and so we don't do it when they're filming.
So when I watched this TikTok video, I thought that there was a real lesbian. I thought that was real, and then I must have blacked out for the minute because then it was like, oh, then they gave this character on the L word a Subaru because there was this famous lesbian who was a
maybe that's the case, but
I feel like you're describing exactly what I thought was that. But it was really interesting, and it was like a whole TikTok account for like queer history and like how the brands, like positive brands who have like aligned themselves in a way that like is respected. And I was like, interesting. And then about an hour later, I was like, let's head on over to the Subaru lot. People said they're great cars. And it's like the closest I can get to like a Volkswagen Bug color. Like everything else is like metallic blurple. And they have like this gray that kind of looks blue. It's not my top, but it's there. I'm not getting a Kia Soul, except that's like the only fucking car that's available. I'm not kidding you. That's the only car. That's why everyone has them now. They're like, we can give you one today. We can't give you any other car today, but you could have a Kia Soul right now. I don't want one.
I thought you did, but then Mott's wouldn't let you have one.
Well, I wanted one for the bit. And I just feel like that's a little too extreme.
Well, the thing is, you don't drive that much either. So, like, you just really need a car to get you from point A to point B.
Point A being my house. Point B being your house.
And then Mott's drives you everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
So.
I know. So,
maybe we just need to build a shuttle just from our house.
If I could apparate, except it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But so does driving.
Yeah.
But I don't have to stand when I drive. Hate standing.
How's your Gatorade Zero?
Well, they're not a sponsor of the podcast. I would be so fun. Imagine they sponsor me, who's like, hi, I'm getting really dizzy, and they're like sponsoring athletes who are like, gotta drink the Gatorade to replenish. And then you just have me on my couch, my legs elevated. I gotta drink the Gatorade because the blood pools in my legs and I get real dizzy.
Well,
no, I think it'd be great.
I think so too.
This is the only flavor I can stand.
I'm more of a Powerade gal, though.
The fuck is the difference?
It tastes different.
Well, I might be interested because I don't love the taste of this at all. I can stand this one. The lemon one, I can choke down. I don't love it. Any of the other ones are disgusting to me, but I didn't drink it as a kid, so it's very weird.
The red Powerade, the blue Powerade, it doesn't taste like the Gatorade.
I just can't do red. I don't like red flavor.
Okay. Well, they have one that tastes like exactly like fruit punch.
That's why I don't like.
You don't like fruit punch?
Makes my teeth feel fuzzy.
It feels like you as a ham and cheese Hawaiian roll. Like that feels like it would wash down real well with some fruit punch.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they brought me to my grandma's house earlier, I could have had a refined palate and enjoyed Hawaiian fruit punch, but no, alas, I didn't have it until I was I don't know, elementary school age. And by then, she was screwed.
Gotcha.
Didn't like it. I liked ginger ale.
Oh, ginger ale's great. But I saw somebody making some on TikTok, as I see the only thing.
I was like, what are you going to say?
And it seems really easy to make. You just boil some ginger and then put some sugar in it and then put some bubble water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll probably make some for myself. When? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's going to be better than.
I think root beer is also relatively simple in that
What's in root
way.
beer?
I don't a root, but I think it's like a similar thing. But I, as a kid,
ginger is a root too.
That's what I mean. I think like the ones that are like the OG sodas, like when it's like when there's prunes in Dr. Pepper, it's like, yeah, I don't know how to make that. There's a prune in there, don't know how to make that. As a kid, I also loved on the East Coast, they had this thing called birch beer.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I fucking loved it. That was like my absolute favorite. Loved it. But I was also big ginger ale, big root beer girl. But ginger ale, delicious. Or Martinelli's. I love sparkling apple cider.
It's not good for my tummy.
Not good for mine either. I don't do it too much now.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had some apple juice, unless I was constipated.
Dude, can't even tell. The thing with apple juice, immediate shits. If I have an apple, it's like you're gonna have diarrhea and you're gonna throw up. Like it's your body's like, I can't need both ways. Get it out immediately. Except applesauce is pretty good. Still makes me poop though.
I went through a phase where I was eating a lot of applesauce.
You like mushy foods?
I do like mushy foods. I like good, like specific foods, but there's also a lot of foods I just do not like.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm not like a picky eater.
No,
but
you like
just
you had Soylent. You're not a picky eater.
There's just Soylent's delicious.
No,
first of all, and I got everybody
picky
on it.
Eaters don't like that. There's a certain kind of picky eater, sure, that might enjoy Soylent, but like I would not say it for the masses of picky
It just
eaters.
tastes like chocolate milk.
Yeah,
but the one that's not flavored is disgusting. I didn't drink that one. No, the fruit.
That's
one
what
got
Kyle
canceled.
said was really bad.
That one got canceled because everybody hated that one. It was nasty.
Cancel culture. Another one bites the
helped.
dust to
Yeah,
cancel
and
culture.
It actually happened. Yeah, I remember I ordered a whole bunch of it and I told them it was disgusting and I wanted to send it back. And they were like, we can't send it back because it's food, but we'll just give you a discount. Everyone hated it. So
they knew.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a picky eater. You're a particular eater, but yeah.
And they also like a bison steak.
But if you don't like a food, will you still eat it? Or are you going to be like, I'm not going to
eat it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like most fish, but like cooked fish.
Yeah.
But if it's put in front of me, I'll eat it.
Yeah. So you're not a picky eater. You're like particular.
Mm-hmm.
That's how like I feel. Like
there's a lot of foods I just don't enjoy, but I'll eat them.
Yeah. And but also for me, there's like a lot of foods. There's a lot of foods that I'm like whatever on. And there's like not that many foods that like I absolutely fucking love.
Yeah.
And so then it's just like, well, am I going to spend all this time trying to find something I absolutely love to eat when I'm not going to find it? So I might as well just like eat something. Like it's sustenance.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the people who are like, oh, just like food is fuel. Sometimes I'm not eating I'm just eating because nothing else sounds good and I have to eat something.
Again, I don't like a lot of vegetables either.
Yep.
They have to be cooked. Sometimes I can only eat, I just go through phases where I can only eat fresh vegetables. Yeah. And then I'll be like, I can't eat that anymore. I can only eat cooked vegetables.
Your bowels are thanking you for the cooked.
But I just don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And then like chicken, like I don't, as far as like other proteins, like I love bison, but it's very expensive and it's hard to come by. And there has been times in my life where I was eating it every day. It's way less. I mean, like it's red meat, but it's not red like, meat of like it's in the same way that chicken is.
Yeah.
And so it's not gonna be bad like if you're eating every day for your cholesterol. And then one day I had beef for the first time in forever, and I was like, this is absolutely disgusting. I cannot finish this, and I had to throw it away. And so it's just like it depends on how the wind's going.
That's literally me. And like I sometimes just have to like really just zone out when I eat because I'm like if I think about anything too hard, disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. Only got worse after COVID. But truly I feel the exact same way. Like I'm like I have to watch TV while we eat or I have to be having a conversation. If I am just silent eating, I'm struggling. I'm very aware of all of it.
Even like that cereal that I was eating for like 2 months, and I have like 5 bags that I haven't touched because I'm sick of it now.
Yeah, that is the daily struggle. Daily Harvest has a worse struggle than our daily struggle.
We'll see you on Monday for Don't Blame Me. And then we'll see you on Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday. Then we won't see you on Wednesday.
We're on hiatus.
And then we'll see you on Thursday for But Am I Wrong? And then we'll see you Friday, right back here. Fisting Friday, Figure Friday. What was the other ones?
Fiduciary Friday.
Yeah.
Figure It Out Friday.
Mm-hmm. Fat Poom Poom Friday.
Thank you. I don't even remember the other ones that we thought about.
But thanks for all the suggestions.
Keep them coming, and we'll figure it out next Friday.
Maybe that's the joke they were making. We're still figuring it out.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.